Welcome back to the channel, guys. Got a little bit different of an episode to kind of bring you today, and hopefully one with a little bit different of a style. I don't intend to make any jump cuts or edits to this whatsoever. I want to give you guys as true and as straight of a story and a breakdown as I possibly can. On February 3rd, a cyclist was struck by a motorist in Southern California. After that cyclist was struck by the motorist stopped, exited his vehicle, and stabbed the cyclist to death. That is literally almost verbatim out of the news story. This happened, like I said, February 3rd, so it's a recent, actual, real event that you can look up. But my question today is, what are the moral, legal, and tactical implications of carrying a less lethal deterrent on your person for situations just as these? I think from the tactical end of things, we have to look at it. The individual who hit the cyclist with his car already established at that moment that he's willing to use deadly force. That's a deadly force altercation as soon as someone hits you with their vehicle. I don't have the information as to whether or not it was a malicious impact, like he meant to run down the cyclist, or if it was an accident that just infuriated him beyond all belief and control. Not justifying, I'm just trying to figure out what happened, right? I feel like once that line of lethal intent is crossed, that's when a lethal deterrent is warranted. If I am the cyclist in this case, and I am hit by a vehicle and I see the vehicle stop, and I see an individual who is furious at that point. If you're going to kill somebody, you're not like cold-blooded just walking up to them calmly, right? With a knife, a weapon, an armed individual walking up to me, I would be doing any and all measures necessary to protect my own life, because obviously from both the internal perspective as well as the external perspective, lethal force is potentially warranted. The commonly accepted Umarex T4E, the orange gun that so many people out there have, rubber ball launcher, not really going to prove sufficient in my mind in this type of a situation. That tactical line of having already crossed the lethal force line means that a lethal force needs to pretty much be brought to the table to stop that threat. As far as the legal aspect of it, I'm not a lawyer, but this isn't a firearm, even though it throws 9mm bullets. People are probably going to trip out when I call them bullets versus airgun pellets. But at the end of the day, a slug is a slug. And in this situation, I really do feel like this type of force brought to the table would have been a justified option. Especially given the fact that after the assault took place and the man was severely wounded to the point where he died in the intersection where he was stabbed, bystanders got involved to hold the guy responsible for this until police came. So typically when you see an event like this, everybody's holding their phone, but not holding the perpetrator. In this case, it was so clear cut to everyone who viewed the situation live and in person that they detained this guy because that's how much the social justice factor played out. I am not a lawyer, and I am not advising you one way or the other as to whether or not you should carry this on your person. But I do know as a state like California currently, where it's very difficult to get a CCW license, and in addition, it's very difficult for some people to get firearms, I think that an airgun option may be a better option for us in this state, as this person was, right? If I am mortally wounded on the ground and someone's walking up to me, like I said, I will do everything necessary to go ahead and try and preserve my life so that I can continue to give my wife and child the way of life that they've been accustomed to. If I was in that position, absolutely would have turned to my tools and tried to survive that situation.